Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Dimas Andelino and I am from Global Islamic School 2, Serpong. Today, I'll be telling you the story about Roro Jonggrang and Bandung Bondowoso. Before I tell you that story, I will tell you a quote. Love comes naturally. It cannot be forced. If you want to know how this comes into the story, please listen until the end. Once upon a time, there was a vast kingdom named the Prambanan. It was ruled by a powerful, fair, and wealthy king named Prabu Boko. Of course, the people were very nice, and Prabu Boko had a beautiful daughter named Roro Jonggrang. But on the other side of the walls, there was an evil, malicious kingdom named the Kingdom of Penguin. The Kingdom of Penguin wanted to expand its territory towards the Prambanan kingdom. So, the King of Penguin sent his son, Bandung Bondowoso, to conquer the country. Now, when Bandung Bondowoso arrived, the first thing he did was kill Prabu Boko with his amazing fighting skills. Of course, Roro Jonggrang, heartbroken that now her own father's killer is living in her palace. After many months, days, years of living there, Bandung Bondowoso started to fall in love with Roro Jonggrang. Of course, Roro Jonggrang was disgusted by this. She did not want to marry someone who murdered her own father. Of course, Bandung Bondowoso never gave up. He never ever gave up. Not in a good way. One day, Roro Jonggrang had an idea. Bandung! If you want me to marry you, you have to make 1,000 temples in one night! Of course, she was expecting a frightened look on his face. But no! Bandung Bondowoso was stubborn and selfish. Well, Roro Jonggrang, if that is what I need to do to marry you, then I shall do it! Of course, Roro Jonggrang was surprised. She did not expect such a reaction from him. Of course, when nightfall comes, Bandung Bondowoso created delicate creatures and turned them into his men and started to build the temples one by one. A-boom, a-boom, a-boom. Only a couple of minutes, there were already 12 temples ready. Of course, Roro Jonggrang couldn't do anything but watch from afar. Oh no! This is going really quickly. What should I do? Of course, she thought and thought and thought until she had an idea. She went to the local village and woke up all of the people. Villagers! Villagers! I need your help! Please burn all the straws and wheat you have! It's for the survival of this kingdom! The villagers nodded and all started burning the straw. And the atmosphere became bright. A fake sun rose up! And all the delicate creatures ran! They were all frightened by the fake sun. Of course, they were too foolish to not know that it was fake. So, Bandung Bondowoso was left there, alone, with only a couple short from 1,000. So he started making it on his own. He built one by one until the dawn came. Now the real sun came up. And Roro Jonggrang approached him. Bandung Bondowoso, how are my 1,000 temples? Bandung Bondowoso, infuriated, knowing what she has done, said, Well, Roro Jonggrang, if you would like to, be free to count them yourselves. Of course, Roro Jonggrang did. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a couple of hours later, 996, 997, 998, 999, and that's it. No 1,000th temple. Of course, Rojong was very happy. On the other side, Bandung was not. He was less than happy. If it weren't for your thwarting, I could have made 2,000 temples in one night! Rojong, of course, you could have, but you didn't. Of course, he was very, very angry now. Well, I indulge in your appetite, Rojong. May you become the 1,000th temple! As thunder clashes down everywhere, apyum, apyum, and Rojong turns into stone. And all of the stones surrounding the area return into one place and become one huge temple. Until today, you can still see Rorojong's statue on the main building of Prambanan Temple. Of course, he was very sad. Bandung Bonoso didn't know what he did. The love of his life was murdered and turned into stone in front of him by himself. He was furious. He didn't know what to think. He was sad. He was angry. He was all the emotions combined, and he didn't know what to think. But one thing was for sure. He learned an important lesson. You can't force love on someone. If you want to love someone, then they have to love you back, and you can't force anything to that. Of course, Bandung Bonoso realized that a little too late. That is all for my delivery. I really apologize if I've made any mistakes, and I hope you learned something from my story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.